Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your February 2018 mid-month general reading. Had to think about that for a second. Welcome to everyone watching. Hello to any newcomers. Thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, and all your support, feedback, and comments. And for those of you who continue to follow my channel regularly. And also a thank you to all of my clients, regular and new clients, for continuing to keep me so busy with those personal one-on-one readings. Always an honor and a pleasure to read for you. If any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you haven't read with me before, if you'd like more information on my contact details, you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on the About button, and you'll see some of what I offer, what I do, the services I offer in my contact details. I do lots of different types of readings: love and romance, career, work and finance, spirituality, channeled messages, and also specifically designed spreads to address specific issues like reconciliation, relationship compatibility, career, work, and finance decisions. And I also do 6 and 12-month life overviews, which explore the energies coming in all the main areas of your life for the next 6 or 12 months, depending on which option you choose. So if you're interested, my contact details are there. Turnaround time for personal readings is pretty fast because I do readings full-time, 5 to 6 days a week. It is what I do. So it can be anywhere from a few days if I get cancellations or reschedules, which I sometimes do, or upwards of a couple of weeks, but almost always within a 2-week period of time we can set up a reading for you live or recorded. For those of you who are not looking for the more traditional readings, you're just looking for something fast, a quick answer to a quick question or two, you have a decision you need to make quickly or something you want to look at, you don't want the more in-depth readings, you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy. That's also with my contact details. There's several options there you can choose from. There's a 1 question, 1 answer option. You can open it up for a little reading via text, or there's also a video chat option and a phone reading option as well. And that's a good way to connect with me more quickly, sometimes immediately or within a few hours, always within the same day. If you're just looking for, a short, quick little read, you're not looking for anything too in-depth. Interesting, technologically savvy world we live in today, isn't it? But for the more traditional in-depth readings, just send me an email. I'd be delighted to work with you. All right, let's move into this. This reading is for the fire sign of Leo, Leo the Lion, for the last couple of weeks of February, the remainder of February 2018. I am recording this particular video right on February 14th, so happy Valentine's Day to those of you who celebrate that. If you know your rising and your moon sign videos as well, try to watch those for additional clarification and insight. They may resonate a little more predictively for you sometimes. All right, Leo, let's see what's in store for you for the last half of February, potentially. We have Justice with the 6 of Pentacles. And we have the 9 of Wands with the Star. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy is the Page of Cups. Your overall energy for the last couple of weeks of February, Leo, is the Page of Cups. And I'm actually feeling like for the majority of you, this is somebody else's energy coming in towards you or to you. For a smaller portion of you, it may be you may be the one extending the energy of this Page of Cups or being the Page of Cups. But for most of you, I feel like it's someone else's energy. It could be a water sign individual because Cups is water. Usually about emotions, feelings, relationships. That the energy of the Suit of Cups in the tarot usually manifests in the area of our life that deals with our emotional landscape and our relationships with people. Pages can represent messages, messengers, young people, introductory energy, student apprenticeship energy, being at the beginning stage of something. Pages, they represent, people, young people or other people who are at the beginning of something, so they have a lot left to learn. They're just kind of starting off on a path. And this is the Page of Cups. So on an emotional level, he may be very emotional, feeling, delivering messages of love and emotion and support. But he still has kind of a lot to learn in his emotional maturity. It could be represent somebody who's emotionally immature. or somebody who just kind of still has a lot of growing up to do and maturing to do in their his or her emotional development, and also representing, you know, messages of love, messages of loving support, and that's kind of what I'm feeling for the majority of you. It feels like this is more relationship oriented. That's pretty much the bulk of what I'm feeling. You can't always translate this energy into job, work, and career. It could be somebody, you know, offering you messages of support there, but I'm honestly not feeling that. I feel like this is more of a relationship issue. It could be a love and romance relationship issue. It could be something between two best friends, or, you know, somebody that you've been dating, or someone that you're friends with, or even a family member as well. It's a general reading, which can be tricky. You know, there's lots of you watching, and sometimes I get comments or questions about, you know, why was this reading focused on relationships rather than career, or why was this focused on career rather than relationships? I have to go with the majority, with what I'm feeling, but I always try and state, even because there's a lot of you watching, this may resonate for you in different areas of your life. What I'm feeling and channeling right now is that this has to do with a relationship issue, so that's what I have to come across with. So enough qualification there. So I feel like for the majority of you, there's someone who's giving you, turn that off, maybe sending you messages of love or support, or telling you what their feelings are. But I feel like this is someone that you're already in some kind of a relationship with. Again, it could be romance, or a best friend, or a family member. There's some kind of a relationship which has an emotional basis and which is significant to you, particularly over the last half of February. And I feel like you yourself are kind of in, and maybe have been in for a while, in this energy within this relationship, this connection with another person, that you're trying to figure out what the right thing is to do, because you may feel like you're trying to look at whether this relationship or situation is balanced or not, if there's something you can do to make it feel more balanced. Because we have Justice on the Six of Pentacles, both which have a similar kind of energy. This is a major arcana card, so significant, profound energy. Justice is the reap what you sow card. It's a card that represents equality, fairness, but based on what is, not on what you want something to be, or hope something to be, or wish that you could have done. It's based on, I mean, justice is blind. The outcome and results of something are based on what decisions were made, what actions were actually taken, proven motivations. So whatever the outcome is, it's fair, it's equal, because it's based on what actually is, the reality of what is or what has been. So it's equal, it's fair. Now the Six of Pentacles, this is earth energy, which is the element which governs the suit of Pentacles. And in the tarot, this is... Unknown caller. Sorry about that. This is usually about... the energy of the suit of Pentacles usually manifests in the earthly, tangible areas of our life. So often it can represent, you know, things like money, finances, property, job, career, things of that sort, or in relationships and spirituality issues. It can also represent tangible results of the efforts we put into something, or realistic energy. It's reality-based energy. It's on what's tangible and what is, which you know, is a good accompaniment to Justice card. And the Six of Pentacles is a card about it's tit for tat. I mean, justice is what you reap, what you sow as well. And so the advice with justice is always to try and operate with as much truth, integrity, personal honor, etc. The Six of Pentacles is about even, give and flow, tit for tat, equality. The even, oh my goodness, nobody calls except during readings. It's about even, give and take. In legal issues, the combination of justice and the Six of Pentacles could be that the decision or outcome of something is fair based on what actually happened, not what people wanted to, or what they're, you know, what they wanted to have happen or wished, or it's about what, you know, the facts and the evidence in a situation, which is what The equality and fairness of the outcome is dependent on. The Six of Pentacles is about mutual beneficence as well. So for a legal situation, it would be justice being served, and that it would be fair and equal and balanced. Even if it's not exactly what you want, in the karmic sense of things, it's fair and equal and just and what is meant to be. In relationship energy, this could be trying to figure out what is the decent, the right, the fair, the balanced thing to do as well. But I am getting, because of this Page of Cups overall energy, which I feel is somebody else's, you know, offer of love and support or messages of that kind which are coming in, and you're in this arena of trying to figure out what the right thing to do is, because there may be a sense for some of you that, you know, am I really being treated fairly? Are things really even and balanced within this relationship, within this situation? And what do I do? What's the right thing to do? Do I continue doing this? Is there an equal give and take in this situation, in this relationship? Is this working out fairly for everyone? Am I being treated correctly or fairly? I'm getting that quite strongly too. You know what, Leo, it feels like you're in a relationship that you've been in for a while, regardless of the nature of that relationship or situation. You've been in it for a while. And I feel like there's been some issues within the relationship. There's been some challenges. There's some ongoing challenges. And you're looking at whether or not this is balanced. You know, there's messages coming in. It's kind of like you've been in a relationship with someone and maybe you've been feeling ignored, or you've been putting in more effort to it, or somehow there hasn't been balance, and you're trying to bring back things into balance, or you're finding a sense of internal balance within yourself, which may mean that you've been moving away from this other person. And it feels like kind of maybe all of a sudden or very recently they're coming in and going, oh, but wait a minute, I really do love you. I really am here for you. And you're kind of looking at the facts of the situation. Is that really balanced? I mean, you know, I've been feeling kind of a little drained or not getting enough, or that it hasn't been balanced. So I'm trying to figure out what to do. Where's the line of harmony and balance in this situation, regardless of this energy coming in of, you know, I am here for you. I do love you. There is a sense of kind of trying to push through it, at least for the time being, because we also have the Nine of Wands and the Star for around the last week or towards the end of the month or so. The Nine of Wands is kind of that push through energy. It's Wands, which is fire energy, which implies movement. It's about the energy of fire in the tarot is about creating, building, manifesting. It's action oriented. It's about change and movement and power. The Nine of Wands is a card that represents, so tens represent cycles ending. So the 9 represents being sometimes achievement, or being close to the end of something, where something comes to an end, or there's a sense of culmination or achievement. This soldier, he's a soldier. In other tarot decks, he's kind of depicted standing upright with a bandage around his head. He's obviously been through the mill. He's obviously fought more than one battle. So in this situation, in this relationship, it's had its challenges. There's been some ongoing battles, and there's another one in front of him, or an obstacle, which is what these groupings of wands can represent. Perhaps another challenge, a delay, an obstacle. Maybe it's unexpected. And he's kind of stepped back a bit. He's kind of tired, maybe exhausted, worn out. I'm tired of fighting. I want this to be over. I want this to be done. I want to get past this, through this, around this, away from this. There's a sense of being close to the end, though. So there's often a sense of pushing through. I call this kind of the 11th hour card. It's darkest before dawn. You're almost there. You know, continue pushing through something. And that message is kind of underscored by its accompanying card, which is one of my favorite major arcana cards, which is the Star. This is a card of hope, faith, and optimism, but renewed hope, faith, and optimism, because it usually shows up after a period of struggle, of challenge, of darkness or sadness, kind of winter into spring, darkness into light, sickness into health, kind of feeling. It's of believing once again in divine timing and intuition, trusting in the path that's in front of you, that you're on, that it's going to lead to where you need to be, to your ultimate joy and fulfillment, even if you don't know how, even if you can't see too far in front of you. It's trusting in divine timing and orchestration, God, Spirit, your angels and guides, devoting yourself to that path and just pushing through. So just to recap a little bit, Leo, feels more like a focus on this relationship issue over the next couple of weeks, the last half of February. The nature of that relationship may differ. It could be a situation to do with career, work, and finances as well. But even then, there's some kind of connection with a relationship within that. It feels like someone is offering you messages of love or of loving support, that they're there for you. But it also feels like this is a relationship that's had a connection that's had its challenges, and you're feeling kind of tired and worn out, that you're, it feels like you may be tired of the one doing all the work, or not getting, not getting back at least what you're putting into this. And you may have kind of withdrawn for a bit, or come to your own sense of inner harmony and balance, and the other person may have seen that, or maybe sensing that, and are going, oh wait, but I really do love you, and I really am here for you, and blah blah blah. And I don't feel like this is something you should give up on just yet, because there is this sense of trusting the path that you're on and pushing through, even if ultimately it means you may or may not be with this person. The cautionary advice with the Page of Cups is to remember that the Page and the Knight, they're still young. They still have a ways to go in their suit. This is emotions, feelings, relationship. So this is somebody who is not quite emotionally developed yet, or still is in the process of learning quite a bit there. And he may not always have the ability to deliver what he promises in the emotion or heat of the moment. So just kind of keep that on guard. I feel like for the majority of you, this is, I don't feel like, I feel like it's just kind of, I hate to sometimes say when someone's a client is feeling tired, just hang in there, push through. You're close to some kind of completion or culmination point, and Spirit is asking you to have hope and faith and optimism in the path that you're on, regardless of how it's playing out, regardless of whether you can see it or not. And kind of wait to see how things play out just a little bit longer. I don't feel like this is the last half of February is a time to be making decisions. You may be feeling tired, discouraged. Should I continue? And it can be a time maybe of taking a time out over the next couple of weeks, but not making any definitive decisions yet, listening to what's being said to you or being brought to you, and not disregarding it, but also kind of seeing if they can actually back up what they're saying, if their actions also match what they're saying, which is also the definition of personal integrity. So hopefully that will give you a frame of reference, and I just would kind of take it easy over the next couple of weeks. So Leo, that pretty much wraps up your February 2018 mid-month general readings. I hope that you have found them useful or helpful in some way. If you are interested in a more personal, just for you reading, you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on that About button for more information and my contact details, which you will also find attached to the description bar of all of the videos that I post as well. Feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you, set up a personal reading with you as quickly as possible, live or recorded. And for just a quick connection, you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy as well. So I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the March 2018 general readings, Leo. And until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Take care, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.